Welcome back, everybody, to another DCRL stream. A single game tonight, but a good one. Here we go for Avalanche to take on WOWEN Wilson, and for these two teams to fight to get back to even or to get to the top of the DIV ledger. I'm here today with Izord. and this is gonna be a great game. Honestly, I saw this one sitting on the roster, and I was like, I gotta try to hop on this one because I just watched this Avalanche team reverse sweep the number 3 team, and this WOWEN Wilson team also do extremely well. If I'm not mistaken, nearly reverse sweep another team. So it's gonna be a fantastic game. We're gonna pull ourselves off to the lovely stat screen here as we take a look at DivC standings, and I'm gonna ask you, Izord, what do you see here?
Well, not to flex, but you know, my team, Eliminadora, shout out Tater Tot and Chief Nick. We're on top. As you see, following CBS Receipt Rising Stock, Avalanche, and then 2 down from them is WOWEN Wilson here. Avalanche, obviously leading in shooting percentage with 36.16, is that? Yeah, 36.16%, which is pretty good. They're making over a third of their shots, which very impressive from them. I mean, I've learned from firsthand experience playing against them. They're a very offensive-oriented team, a lot of pressure all the time. And my team actually did have to reverse sweep them, which we ended up doing somehow. But WOWEN Wilson, we can see no league-leading stats, but they're also a very well-rounded team. I think they're a little bit close on a few of the stats, which, you know, again, unfortunately, they're not quite league-leading, but definitely still a well-rounded team, and hopefully this will be a really good series for the both of them.
Yeah, honestly, this is probably my favorite division this season. No clear defined winner. A lot of these top seeds fighting for a grasp. I'm looking to see if Avalanche can come in today and almost come near tying this Rising Stock and CBS Receipt sides, and to see if Barely Managing can sit themselves right in the center with Avalanche, kind of secure a chance at an upper seed spot going into playoffs here. But with that, we'll hop on over to Avalanche, and I'll let you take this one again, Izord.
For sure. So we can see again, Avalanche 4-3. What position are they in the league? They are 4th in the league here. We can see obviously led by the man, the myth, Complex Marksman, followed by Bean Chalupa and It's Frosty Nick. And Complex Marksman not only leading in goals per game, but correlating with that in shots per game as well. League leading in both of those categories with 1.35 goals a game, which is crazy. And the shots a game, almost 4, well, about 3.5, 3.57. Both crazy stats, meaning, you know, he's definitely playing very offensive. And, you know, their second and third man, Bean Chalupa and It's Frosty Nick. Bean Chalupa with almost another 1 goal a game. Crazy. So, you know, those complex shots that aren't quite hitting the back of the net, Bean's always there to follow up. And, you know, Bean Chalupa, shooting percentage, league leading, 42%. And obviously, third man here, It's Frosty Nick, a solid third man player. There with saves, 1 save a game, very defensive. Yeah, again, like I said, from first-hand experience, I've played this Avalanche team. Very, very offensive pressure from this team. So they should put WOWEN Wilson in a very difficult position when it comes to this series.
Yeah, I'm looking for specifically Bean Chalupa to do what he has to do. And
You there?
Can you hear me?
You're muted.
Interesting.
Mic
difficulty.
That muted?
I'm having mic difficulties. Can you hear me? Oh, that's great.
Oh, I can't hear Penn at all.
Mic difficulties. Hello? Can you hear me? Ooh, hello. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
There you are. There you
Yeah,
are.
no.
Yeah.
I've had this mic for 3 years, and I think this is the moment where it decided to cut out on me. Oh well. Someone in chat tell me if it sounds good now. But what I was gonna say is, yeah, no, I'm looking specifically at Bean Chalupa. He tends to be a little bit of a tap-in merchant. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh, I fixed it. We're good. We're good. Sound good now? Alright. So this mic, I've had it forever. Decided now to just be an issue. Perfect. We're good. Oh, whatever. Second stream is where the issues start coming off, I guess. Yeah. So I'm looking at Bean Chalupa try to tap in merchant his way to the top of this league. He's done it so far with shooting percentage. And yeah, Complex. He honestly has been one of my favorite players to watch. For some reason, every time I watch him on stream as a caster or streamer, he does some nutty touch or some nutty double tap that just makes no sense. And it tends to be in overtime or in like some awkward situation. So I'm gonna be looking for him to perform well. But we're gonna hop on over to the other side, this WOWEN Wilson side, who I personally think is the most defined 1-2-3 man situation that you have in the entirety of Div C. You've got your demoer and pretty effective scorer in Grayskull. Your real curly fries come in as your more like mechy first man, and then Slashy Morphe. There's the back, the kind of like central third who kind of makes his way in when he needs to, but he tends to sit back a little farther. And honestly, I outside of the Demosphere game, there's no league leading, but the stats around the board don't look bad. And if Grayskull can really destroy this Avalanche's momentum, this could be a really rough game for them. I don't think they've seen anything like this so far this season coming out of Div C. What do you think, Izord?
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously, you know, like I said earlier, Avalanche, very offensive heavy team, very holding that pressure throughout the entire series that I played against them. But this obviously Grayskull, league leading in demos a game. I've heard that name so many times, whether it like just anywhere around the field. It's Grayskull is here demoing, Grayskull's there demoing. So I think that might play a crucial role in their success, potential success in this series. Making sure that, you know, Grayskull can get those demos out, making sure that, you know, people aren't always pressured up. Should hopefully take a good positive effect for them in this series.
Yeah, and we're gonna go into predictions, I think. So I'm gonna ask you, Izord. I'm gonna lead it off to you first. What do you think is your prediction for this match?
I believe that Team Avalanche will take this series in 4.
Interesting. Okay. Predictions close in 15 seconds. For those of you looking to get it in with your boost, feel free to throw some up. There's a decent amount in the pot, so you're able to take a bit from somebody. I think I'm going to go WOWEN Wilson in 5. I'm going to go against what I want. I want to say Avalanche with the deepest of my hearts, but honestly, I came into some underground information here that WOWEN Wilson has played in 3 stream games. They've played 7 games total. They've won 3, and guess what games those were? The games that were streamed. So I think they have a stream buff, and so if that comes in key here, I could definitely see them performing and taking this. But I think it might go all the way. And with that, we're gonna be looking to get them into this game.
Get it. Right. Could be a good series, hopefully.
Oh, I cannot agree more.
So we got Marksman, Grayskull, Real Curly Fries. It's Frosty Nick, and the last one there. Cool.
Who do you think coming into this match is going to be the person to look for, specifically in
Okay.
I didn't even get to speak yet.
Yeah. Well, obviously, very early goal here coming up from Real Curly Fries against Avalanche. You know, putting WOWEN Wilson up 1-0 here in this, you know, in 3 seconds. Maybe just a little Tyler kickoff moment here. But as you were asking, who I think is going to be a standout player in this series, I think we can definitely watch out for Complex. I mean, you know, obviously, a lot of people always mention Complex's name. Just very well-rounded player, super consistent, can get mechy at times. But I mean, he was always there when we played him. He was always there, strong second man, scoring goals, really popping off every game. Very consistent player, and you know, obviously a very, very dangerous threat when it comes to him and his teammates.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. I was saying that a little bit before when I was talking about his stats, but honestly, I think this might be a game of third men. Who's going to be more effective? Will it be your slashing Morphe, or will it be on the other side with Frosty Nick?
Yeah, for sure. You see maybe a little contested 50 here coming out from Chalupa. Complex back, looking for a possible clear. Grayskull doesn't quite get the touch either. Curly Fries up, going for a little slaughteroo, gets it. Bottom left corner, putting them up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah. Curly Fries takes a nice little slot right underneath the pressure, and he puts himself up with a brace. And honestly, something that's been kind of interesting this season is the development of players, especially ones who have been in the scene for a while. We all know Grayskull, the demo like madness that he causes in every team he plays for and against. Oh, but Complex. As I'm trying to talk about a different man, one man shows off his mechs as he gets a touch just over the entirety of the other team straight into the net.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, good read by Frosty Nick. Obviously, he didn't get a touch there, but maybe I think he was going for almost a fake player, the smallest little touch to maybe steal Complex's goal. Doesn't quite get the touch, but great fake from him, cutting the lead in half, and a whiff coming out from Bean Chalupa. Believe that was an open net opportunity as we see Complex trying to get a redirect, doesn't quite get it. Cleared from Morphe. Getting some offensive pressure here, bounce off the corner, not quite.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to what I was trying to say before they scored a goal, except for I might not get to, because Frosty Nick goes for goal, but he goes wide. Complex on the follow-up. Is it going to be redirected by Frosty? It's off the backboard. Anyone to follow? Bean Chalupa and Complex both go. Neither go through. That was a great attempt, but nothing falls, and real Curly Fries looks to get this out of his side.
Were you saying something earlier?
Yeah, I was trying to, but they keep doing cool stuff, and I gotta stop. Yeah, I'm gonna say the development in some of these players is actually really interesting. Bean Chalupa, long-term player, has honestly been coming into his form recently. And another one that was impressive to me most, Grayskull. He's been known to be that demo madman, but he has been a striker this season, putting up a lot more goals than I've seen him pass, and with a little bit more mechs than normal. I think he's been working a lot off the off-season and during the start of this season, because he's been looking really solid, especially when I've seen him on stream.
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, props to him. I definitely saw him being a little more offensive heavy rather than demo heavy in the series that I played against him. I know I'm mentioning it a lot. It's because it was one hell of a series to remember, considering, again, we did have to reverse sweep them. So a lot of not so fun memories with them, but ended up pulling it off as you see Morphe back to defend a Complex shot. Frosty Nick going for a gather. Curly Fries up early though. Maybe going for a double tap. Doesn't quite get it. Beat Chalupa. Looking over. Demos one. Grayskull there. Luckily back to defend though. Grayskull still on. Doesn't quite get the touch. Complex getting it over. Curly Fries says not today. Back over to orange half. Beat Chalupa up in the corner reading, and Morphe keeping that pressure on.
Yeah, and you talked about it a little bit before the game. If WOWEN Wilson can get this boomer ball going, and if they're not able to stop it, and maybe looking back, because it gives Grayskull the time to demo, it gives their attackers time to move up and to push into good spots for effective pressure. But it looks like it's going decently well so far. They're currently in the lead. Sure, one of it was off of a kickoff goal, but this defensive pressure is just unrelenting from this WOWEN Wilson side. And honestly, Avalanche are just gonna have to look to control a little bit more. Avoid these demos, stay behind the ball, and don't let them get to you right away.
Yeah, for sure. We see a top left corner shot coming out from Curly Fries. I think that was off of 50. Just a good read. Putting them up 2 now with almost a minute left.
Yeah, he puts himself into a hat trick. A little bit of an unlucky like tap off where it's kind of like you don't know if it's going to go in. You don't know how the ball's going to hit out. Hits out well for Curly Fries there, and they go up 3-1 on this first game. But I will say Bean Chalupa and Avalanche here tend to do this magical thing, and we all hate to be on the receiving end of it, and it's reverse sweeps. Will they end up on their back foot again today, or will it come out in a more favorable light? We'll see.
Right. You know, like I had said, I believe I had mentioned earlier, but obviously it seems like WOWEN Wilson is doing a really good job at keeping the ball in orange half. And because of this, you know, we see this as we see another goal coming out from WOWEN Wilson, and Real Curly Fries at 4 goals in this game so far.
Yeah, this has been the Curly Fries special. Someone tell him we actually went to an Arby's, because honestly, this man's just not stopping. And I've actually never seen him perform like this many goals in one game. I've seen Graceful get a hat trick here and there, but Curly Fries really taking that lead as the captain in this game. Ooh.
For sure. Complex. Good positioning from him, being able to, you know, finish that center ball. Here as we see. But I mean, as I was stating beforehand, this WOWEN Wilson team doing a great job of clearing the ball. And I had mentioned Avalanche, they were so offensive pressure heavy. I don't know if they're well rounded with defense yet, which obviously could be showing here, considering we're down by 3 only a few seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, they get a chance here as Grayskull misses wide, and Morphe, Real Curly Fries with the shot on, and he puts down his 5th of the game, taking another one for the road. This man is greedy today. Morphe, I think he should have gotten a touch there, honestly. I mean, I'm going to go look into that. How consistent are their third mans going into the later part of this game? Might just be a little bit of a warm-up situation, but we got 11 seconds left here. Avalanche are a little behind, not going to probably be able to come back here with how late we are, but they're going to be looking to maybe take one for the road. If not, oh, maybe. They do.
Oh, sure.
Complex gets himself another one. And, you know what? The scoreline does not show the dominance that WOWEN Wilson had this game, though.
Yeah, no, I do agree. WOWEN Wilson just taking advantage of those offensive booms that they were having, or just any offensive possession that they had regardless. I mean, again, taking advantage of those offensive possessions, especially against this Avalanche team. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Especially in this game, their defense just didn't look the best. 2 saves with however many what was that, 8 shots and only 2 saves. You got to make sure that either that third man or you have more people in net ready to save those shots on goal by WOWEN Wilson.
Yeah, and this was honestly a battle of captains. 3 and 5 in hand for both. I mean, I don't know how Complex put 3 goals on with 2 shots, but I mean, I guess masterminds do come around.
For sure, for sure.
But yeah, so honestly, I'm looking for second, third man, anyone but the captains to do something here as we head into our second game. WOWEN Wilson up 1, but we got a lot of Rocket League left to play.
Indeed, yeah. I wish I could say what exactly. I mean, I can. It's primarily the defense. Obviously, some unlucky touches, almost a straight drop shot there from Grayskull for a potential open net. And there goes Grayskull trying to demo again. If you see a shot on here, half court, doesn't quite get it. Almost a bottom right shot on an open net. And good read by Grayskull there to save him from going down 1.
Yeah, that was close. Bean Chalupa had the opportunity, but not the follow through. This rolls out straight to Grayskull. He takes a shot top, and it goes through. And WOWEN Wilson, for the second game in a row, start off early and start off aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, this Avalanche team, I don't know what's going on. They just can't seem to make contact with the ball. And if they do, it's not a very good touch. They gotta make sure that they keep the ball away from the net. As easy as that sounds, these guys are seeming to struggle to do it quite a bit. If they can just make those powerful touches, they don't need to be anything fancy. As long as they're consistent, making strong touches over to WOWEN Wilson's side, they'll easily be able to, you know, take advantage. Make sure that, you know, they catch these very aggressive. Obviously, WOWEN Wilson being very aggressive. You see a Real Curly Fries corner read here, doesn't quite get it. Yeah, as long as Avalanche will be able to take offensive pressure, make consistent touches, I feel like they should be able to take down this WOWEN Wilson team.
Yeah, that was a nice fake by Grayskull. He gets around 2. Does he have one more in him? No, he doesn't. Bean Chalupa hits it outside, and Complex takes it into the corner. Honestly, I just want to see a little bit more out of the Avalanche team. They're playing slow and they're playing hesitant, and in a game where you need to be effective on offense, that's a great pass to Complex, but Real Curly Fries is there. Oh man, that was a great pass, but a better save. And this just opens up for Morphe, and he gets a free shot on net. Oh.
Jeez. I mean, wide open net from Complex. tries to take his time, gather the ball, but especially when you're down 2, you got to get up early. And I mean, as close as he was to the goal, just pound it. It's bound to go in. And unfortunately, doesn't quite get it in time. As we see a kickoff goal, okay, shut me up, I guess. Do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of an overcommit on the Avalanche side prior, and this time it's a little bit of a kickoff awkward commit and just a bad touch from WOWEN Wilson to come out, and Avalanche are only 1 away, and we still got 3 minutes and 20 seconds of Rocket League to play.
For sure. I guess, I don't know if you could call it this, but I mean, it was pretty much a ball don't lie moment.
Yeah.
Scoring immediately up to the guy as we see complex. Maybe a shot on, real curly fries, awkward touch, gets it though. Over to his corner, being Chalupa there, though to follow up, trying to get another center pass, doesn't quite get it. And Frosty Nick, maybe gonna go for a double here, doesn't quite get it. Awkward touch off the, or awkward bounce off the ceiling in the corner. Complex there to 50. Being Chalupa, last one back. I am Morphe up, crossbar out. Unfortunate positioning and shot placement for curly fries.
Yeah, honestly, Morphe had an opportunity there, unable to put it through, but that was looking really good. And if anything,
I'll get it.
So close from being Chalupa. But if anything, WOWEN Wilson are just absolutely outclassing them on touches. They're just getting to the ball just a little bit sooner. I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly what happened just a couple days ago when Avalanche played Rising Stock, but after the second game, it just slowly started shifting. The effective pressure started getting less and less, and Avalanche started coming out more. So I'm wondering if it's going to repeat, if they're going to go 2 down, figure out what they got to do, and then work from there. Real curly fries with a nice angle.
Oh my God!
Wow!
Sitting on that back left boost, crazy angle from curly fries. Way to stay home, Gray Skull. What a pass from him. Putting it in the right spot, able to, redirect. Props to curly fries for getting that touch there. Setting them up too, as you see a kickoff coming out here over to orange side. Bean Chalupa fakes it, maybe? I don't know. Curly fries trying to get a center ball here. Kind of gets it. It's Frosty Nick, though, to clear it out back towards the corner. Morphe back towards their net. Complex there. Gets a touch. Awkward. A nice little pre-flip, but cleared back to blue half.
Yeah, and I was saying there's a lot of Rocket League left to play, but honestly, there's not much left. They only got 1:30 here, and they got 2 goals to make up. They're gonna want one of those soon, or this is gonna get a lot more rough the more time that they allow. Oof.
Indeed. See Complex trying to get some offensive pressure here. Bounce up the wall. Curly fries, though, hopefully gets it cleared. Does. Bean Chalupa sitting right there, though, to catch the ball. Blocked by a curly fries read. Morphe up, unfortunate touch. Center ball, wide open net. They don't have the second man there though to finish it off. So Grayskull takes advantage of that, clears it back over to orange half. Almost a shot on, doesn't quite get it. And this WOWEN Wilson pressure just seems to make Avalanche crumble this series so far.
Yeah, the boomer ball is going crazy right now. It's Grayskull. It's a touch in the air, but real curly fries there to follow up. Frosty Nick almost the lead on the sideline, but not quite yet. Complex, it's a nice clear into the corner. It bounces awkward, it bounces weird. Everyone misses, and Bean Chalupa with a tap-in merchant takes a free shot on goal off of a very awkward bounce for everyone in question. Ooh.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, he started backflipping. It almost looked like it might have been a ghost touch in the replay. Just unfortunate positioning. Maybe tried to double jump rather than backflip, but been there, done that. As you see Complex up, trying to get some momentum here. Frosty Nick clearing into the corner, real curly fries. You see Bean Chalupa up early. Complex bumped like Grayskull. Can't quite get the read on it because Frosty Nick shot on Bean Chalupa there. Doesn't quite get the read though. Complex back, maybe going for a boomer ball here. Gets the 50 on Grayskull. Curly fries up, open net opportunity. Awkward touch here from Morphe. Is somebody up to finish it off? Doesn't quite get it. Real curly fries clearing it out from their goal.
No, Morphe had a great save, but with 4 seconds left, we're going to come down to the wire. This is off the back wall. It's set up high. It's in the corner. It's a great touch up, but not enough, and Complex accidentally hits it down, and WOWEN Wilson will take game 2, and they are on match point.
Indeed.
Wow.
Obviously, much closer game here. Avalanche getting a lot more shots. Same amount of saves, but a lot more shots in this second game of the series. You know, now is when they really got to turn up the intensity, follow up on those shots that they're putting on net, and making sure that that second man is there to finish those off, because it's reverse sweep time. It's going to be challenging, but you have to do it in order to save it.
Yeah, I listened to a pro once, and he told me the hardest part of the game when you're playing competitive Rocket League is the match point game. And honestly, I don't think that it's gonna be I don't think this will be a fun game for Avalanche, but I think it'll be an even worse game for WOWEN Wilson. But honestly, that game looked fantastic. Real Curly Fries looked great on defense and great on offense. Slashing Morphe looked effective. That last save in the final moments where he hit it right above the goal honestly saved their game. I'm looking for a lot of these players, specifically on this Avalanche side, to make effective pressure. Specifically, I'm looking for Frosty Nick. He had 1 or 2 good passes, but nothing came to true fruition. So nothing went in the net. But he had 3 passes, I think, that were in really good locations. It was just teammates didn't trust it to be there and back it up.
Yeah, for sure. You see kickoff starting this game 3, potentially a 3-0 sweep. You see Real Curly Fries. Just an unfortunate read. I don't know. I didn't see who that was on Avalanche.
Frosty Nick. Oh.
Frosty Nick. Man, that's not the way you want this game to start.
Yeah, that's a moment where you wish your speed aerial was a little speedier, and not the way you want to go if you're an Avalanche fan. Complex receives in the middle. He's got 1 touch. He's got 2. He's over 1, but it doesn't find the net as Grayskull sends it out wide. He's over 1. He tries to get past 2, but no. Bean Chalupa hits back into the corner. It's a great touch by Bean Chalupa, but a better reception from Real Curly Fries. Complex cuts Real Curly Fries off. It's sent off to the side. Bean Chalupa's there. He hits it up high. It's a great touch, but no one following up right away, and Slashing Morphe gets to clear it off.
Ooh, Real Curly Fries almost had an Oreo Man style dunk there. Bean Chalupa with the 50. Complex passing up to Bean Chalupa. Bean Chalupa trying to get a shot on, doesn't quite get it. Somebody there to follow up. Complex doesn't get the touch though. Morphe, 3v1 here. Not quite 50, but it's Frosty Nick. Good 50 by him. Bean Chalupa here to gather in his corner.
Yeah, Bean Chalupa gets it off to his side. Creates a great touch over 2. He's got 1 to beat in the corner, but it's Real Curly Fries. Can he do it? He gets around him, but not quite. Frosty Nick has to cut. He whiffs. And Complex forced to take it back and re-figure out his situation.
For sure. Grayskull 50ing in orange half. Real Curly Fries there to take over. Gets bumped in it for his efforts. Grayskull still there. Bean Chalupa tries to flick over 1, doesn't quite get it. Complex there to take over. Morphe's back though. Maybe a shot on.
Oh!
And here it is. Real Curly Fries with boost, but simply redirects it top shelf, tying the game up.
And honestly, if you're Bean Chalupa, all you're saying is thank you for the equalizer. We are tied up. There is a lot of Rocket League to play. Avalanche are starting to get a little more pressure, a little more control, and it's really going to come down to who can get the effective touches mid, who can get the follow-ups correctly, because honestly, both teams have been struggling this game to get proper follow-ups.
Indeed, yeah, as you see, Grayskull trying to tap it over. Miscommunication maybe here coming up from WOWEN Wilson. This Complex was able to get it back over in their half. Curly Fries, let's see if he can save it. Complex there saves it. Luckily, saving that lead by WOWEN Wilson. Complex, open net, maybe trying to get a center here. Doesn't quite get the touch. Little touch out center. Nobody there to follow it up though. Curly Fries with the demo down here. Let's see if they can make something happen from it. Doesn't quite get it. Grayskull last on offense here. Complex booming clear back over to WOWEN Wilson half.
Yeah, Complex tried to get something to go, but nothing quite falls. Bean Chalupa collects it in the corner. He takes a nice touch high. It's awkward. It's open for Frosty Nick, and he puts it home. And we are 2-1 up Avalanche in a game 3.
Indeed. Good read by Frosty Nick. Bean Chalupa tossing it up, making it awkward for this WOWEN Wilson defense. And obviously there, great angle, putting it top shelf where nobody else can save it. You see kickoff here, maybe a potential kickoff goal. Bottom left corner. Real Curly Fries says, no lead for long.
This is the plague of this Avalanche roster, and kickoffs just not going your way. And it's just been awful all game, all series. They're going to look for another lead goal here, and they need it, coming in with about half the game left.
Indeed, indeed. Morphe, little mistouch here. It's Frosty Nick trying to get one off the corner. Bean Chalupa, unfortunate 50 here. Complex back though, putting it off the corner. Low boost, see if he can get a 50. Does. Gray Skull there though. Real Curly Fries faking. Bean Chalupa last back. Gray Skull off the crossbar. Locks it in though, setting them up one with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and you can't understate that fake by Real Curly Fries. It just made it so much more awkward for Bean Chalupa back in the net, and gives Grayskull the time to get situated, set up, and ready to score. And that's not what you want to see if you're an Avalanche fan. WOWEN Wilson takes a nice lead. They're currently another 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from a victory, and that is threatening and dangerous for this Avalanche side.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I've seen they've always, for some reason, this Avalanche, I don't know if they switched up their play style, but they got to have way more pressure up. We see Complex whiffing, allowing Curly Fries to put them up too. If they keep playing like this, I hate to break it to you, but Avalanche, I don't think might win this series.
Yeah, honestly, they seem hesitant. They seem scared. They're not going for balls they should, and when they go for balls, since they're taking too much time, they're being a little too hesitant, they're just whipping. They're making stupid little mistakes that they weren't making in previous games, and it's costing them this right now.
Indeed. You see Real Curly Fries ceiling shot a gem, blocked away though. Frosty Nick doesn't quite get the touch here. And if you're Avalanche currently, you have to be, you know, wheels to the walls, not balls to the walls. This is DCRL, we are PG-13. Real Curly Fries are deflected, but yeah, wheels to the walls for Avalanche. It's time to go. You're down 2, minute and a half left. Life on the line for this last, I believe it's last week of DCR regular season. You see Curly Fries getting a 50, and again, getting it back over to Avalanche half.
Yeah, they just can't build up any true effective pressure. The nice pass comes down from Curly Fries, and Morphe's only able to get it back into the sidewall. Sends it up high, goes to follow, low boost, but he hits it mid. It's an awkward touch, but Complex gets it. It's a great clear, but it's not easily followed up. But Frosty Nick sends a dime to the center, and Bean Chalupa taps it in.
Jeez, this is what you need if you're Avalanche. Obviously, you know, cutting that lead in half. But again, you have to be super aggressive. Your life is on the line. You have less than a minute, and you've only scored 3 goals. You really got to play some crazy offense here as we see maybe a potential goal coming out here from WOWEN Wilson. Oh, no!
Oh, no!
That is
unfortunate.
Oh, my God.
That was a great 50 from Bean, but he just backs up and, like, it's just unluckily redirects directly in their net. And they've got 2 goals in 24 seconds apiece to score here, or it is all over, and they say goodbye to a top seed finish.
Indeed. Yeah, Complex here. Maybe trying to get one here. Doesn't quite get it. 50 from Real Curly Fries. Bean Chalupa there, though, to get another 50. Back over to their half. And I hate to break it to you. You know, Avalanche, snow isn't falling for you today. Shots aren't hitting. I mean, even hits aren't hitting. As we see another open net shot coming up from Curly Fries, putting them up 3.
Oh, this is just a bloodbath in the final minutes, and Bean Chalupa is just, he just does not look happy. The entire team does not look happy. They're just scrounging. And with 20 seconds left, 3-goal difference, it's not impossible, but it's not likely, and we might see a WOWEN Wilson side take this instead.
For sure, for sure. We see Frosty Nick maybe trying to get something for the road. Center ball here. Nobody there. Another wide open net. Grayskull going for a double read. Doesn't quite get it. Just having some fun in this last few seconds as the clock ticks down. Complex trying to keep it up. Doesn't quite get it. And WOWEN Wilson 3-0s Avalanche in the final week of regular season in here Div C.
So neither of us thought that was gonna happen.
Nope.
Chat, 100,000% did not think that was gonna happen. And honestly, I am stunned at the absolute effectiveness of WOWEN Wilson, specifically Real Curly Fries and Grayskull today. They came out with a vengeance, specifically Curly Fries, and I did not expect it, nor did I ever think that that team had it in them like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I am honestly speechless. I thought Avalanche would put up a lot more offensive pressure. Obviously, couldn't even get it out of their half, really. A few follow-up goals here and there, but I mean, real curly fries with 937 points, 5 goals, 7 shots, 2 saves. That
I
is an
mean,
insane stat line.
you do got to remember he was playing a little bit of fun times for himself at the end there. He wasn't really doing a crazy amount. And honestly, we're gonna pull these guys in for a winner's interview, but I mean, I can't look at these stats and I can't think about the stats of the other game and not think this was just a WOWEN Wilson knockout. This is a statement piece before we head into playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're Div C, this is, I mean, after seeing this, very scary team. Obviously, Curly Fries, obviously big time threat when it comes to this team. And again, just overall dominant performance, proving everyone wrong.
They shouldn't have been.
Welcome in, boys. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, honestly, I did predict you guys to win, but I honestly thought it would go to 5. So, I mean, you guys came out strong. You came out heavy. And my first question goes to the man with the best hair in DCRL, Grayskull. I gotta know, what do you think the buff was? Was it a stream buff, or was it the 1,000 Cheez-Its you were downing buff? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I think all of it came into play. Last season it was the goldfish buff. This time I'm going Cheez-Its. But I honestly I feel like there is a difference between when we get streamed and when we don't, because we haven't won when we've been off stream, but we've won every single time we've been on.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
and I'm gonna toss another one to Real Curly Fries. So you guys came out. Honestly, this was your best bet of getting any higher seeding. I don't know if it'll fully pull, but you guys weren't too far behind them, and with a 3-0, you may just sneak into the top seeds of this division. Was there any talk about that coming out, or were you guys just trying to get even on the season coming into this game?
No, I don't think we really think about it too much. I mean, like you got to think a little bit about your opponent, but like a lot of it's just try to play your best, and whatever happens, happens.
For sure. I'm gonna throw it over to Izord if he wants to toss a couple questions at you.
Yeah, for sure. I'll shoot this over to Morphe here, last man to be asked a question. So I know I've played Avalanche in the past. I've played you guys in the, actually unfortunate loss for you guys to us last week. Don't mean to rub that in, but obviously coming off strong from that, props to you guys. But I know this Avalanche team, from my experience, has just been a crazy offensive team, always putting pressure, and Boomer Ball worked. Was Boomer Ball your guys' strat, or was it your teammates that just kind of changed up the play style, allowed you guys to come home with the victory?
We really just kept our play style the same and just kept really good comms. And when we calm good, we were just aggressive and are able to put pressure on them, and they made mistakes.
Good
Yeah,
stuff. Good stuff.
that could not be overstated, the amount of mistakes. And honestly, as both you guys look at playoffs, I hope you guys are excited and ready. I'm gonna throw one more question over to Curly Fries. Let Izard take one, and we'll probably head out of here. But I'm gonna throw it over to you. You guys think you're making it to LAN?
Yeah, I'm confident in our team. I think we kind of have been like underperforming a little bit in our previous games. But I think we kind of showed what we're made of a little bit this game, and yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Izord, final question is yours.
Okay. Bit of a not Rocket League related. Not that any of my last questions are, but what? I mean, you can answer this individually or as a collective team. What kind of cloud do you guys like the best?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Indeed.
That's really tough.
I like the really fluffy ones.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Cumulus.
Yep. Cumulonimbus.
Yeah, I get that
W
one.
cloud.
Wants
W
to get
cloud for
cloud.
real.
I like that one,
I also
Cumulonimbus.
a
Yeah.
specific one by name. I really like Cloud9.
Oh,
Oh
yep.
yeah, that's a
That's a
good
good
one
one.
too.
That's also a
Blue
good one.
cloud.
Solid cloud choices. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in for the winners interview. And I can't wait. I'll look to see to get you guys on the stream. I mean, a team with a stream buff is always way more fun to stream. So we'll see if you guys can keep this up and go 100% through the playoffs. But yeah, Great game this today, guys, and thank you guys for coming on in.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
And we are gonna head on over into casters here as we say goodbye to you all. Honestly, a single game stream tonight, nothing too crazy. It was a good game. I can't complain. It was a 3-0. It was a quick one, but any last words from you, Izord?
I believe you can look at the stream tomorrow night potentially for a potential 7-1 on the season from your boys at Unlimited Aura. Other than that, hopefully this, last week of regular DCRL season is good. Hopefully we have a bunch of game 5s, make it entertaining, and if you can, show up to LAN. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Always have a blast. And I will say a little bit of foreshadowing. I'm not going to try to explain much, but there is going to be something new this year. A little refreshment, a little update, if you will.
And that's always good to hear.
Other than location.
Yeah. Well, be sure to be on the lookout. Streams are going to be happening all week. We are in the final week of the regular season of DCRL, and I am so excited as we finish off and get playoff spots slotted. And thank you guys all for coming out. Thank you so much for spending your Monday night with us here, and we are signing off. Thank you so much, and see ya.
Look what I've just made! The perfect pearl!
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa! A true Venus clam!
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Winter Edition. With the taste of iced vanilla berry. With and without sugar.
I'll just play off the shot, and I got pretty close to reading Chowder's shot, so. Ninja's the only reason. Well, it was also K2, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn on some of these open shots, so. Multiple reasons you lose. Oh, did not see his boost. What boost is he using? I could not see his boost. He is using bubbles! Ah, yes, love that. Dakota Collegiate, thank you for the raid. How you doing? You got pwned, yeah. There's certain boosts that are meant to be basically invisible, and that's why some players use them, and that is one of them. I did not see him boosting, which is why I was like, I think I can get there before him. I don't